Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss a question from JEE Advanced 2026 paper 2 in which periodic properties. This question is from periodic property chapter, and if you see here what has been asked, we have to tell the correct statements regarding the periodic properties of elements. First statement is saying second initial enthalpy of carbon is less than that of the boron. If you see carbon and boron has the configuration of 2p1 and carbon has the configuration of 2p2. If I remove one electron, it will become B plus and carbon plus, this will become 2s2, and now this is 2p1. And when we talk about the second ionization enthalpy, so second electron have to be removed from this configuration 2s2 and here 2p1, and 2s2 S has a more penetration. That's why to remove an electron from the 2s is more difficult as compared to 2p. That's why the ionization enthalpy of boron, second ionization enthalpy of boron should be more than the carbon. So the statement is correct. A statement is correct because it is saying second ionization enthalpy of carbon atom is less than the boron atom. That is correct. The B statement is saying increasing order of the ionic radii. So as we go from left to right, the size of the atoms decreases, as well as there is a charge is also increasing. That's why in case of cations, size of cation for isoelectronic species. Isoelectronic species are the species which have same number of electrons. Size of cation is inversely proportional to charge. As the charge increases, size decreases. Size should decreases, and the same according to the same concept, it is the statement is saying. So that's why the B statement is also correct. For the C statement, under identical conditions in the strong solid state, density of the potassium metal is more than the density of the sodium metal. If you see here, sodium and potassium are in the same group in the periodic table. As we go down the group, the mass also increases as well as size also increases. Both increases, but if you see here, the rate of increase in the size is much as compared to the mass. That's why the density, we know that the density is equals to mass by size, and mass is increasing and size is increasing with a high increasing much more as compared to the mass. That's why the density, as we go down the group, density decreases. So density should decrease, and it is saying potassium. So from this we can say that the sodium has a more density as compared to potassium, but it is saying under identical condition in sodium solid state, the density of the potassium metal is more than the density of the sodium metal, which is a wrong statement. So this statement is wrong. That's why C is wrong. And D, HH bond is weaker than the FF bond. So this statement is also wrong, as FF is weaker because FF has a lone pair repulsion. HH is stronger and FF is weaker. If you see here, you also remember that the order Cl bond is the most strong, then Br, then FF, and then II. Then that means FF bond is weaker than Cl and Br also. So that's why this D option is also wrong. So A and B, both options are correct option. Thank you so much for listening.